Let's talk about Bud Light's marketing executive. This is the, I got to say, this is probably the smartest move Anheuser-Busch has made in the last month or so. I think they've done, in fairness, they've set the bar very low for what is a good decision.
True.
They could have been in a meeting and said, all right, guys, the campaign you wanted to run of Hitler endorsing our beer, we're going to pass on that one for now. And that would have been maybe the smartest decision they've made in a month. So low bar, there's something to be said about a low bar. It makes it easy to clear.
Plus, then they leave it open for select stock.
Exactly. Our lovely poster that we have
I
up
love
here.
that poster.
From, we haven't shown that in like a year. We should show that for the new. Oh, you know what? I think that's command stripped on. I don't think that's hanging on a nail. I think it's command stripped, so I don't think I can pull that off the wall right now.
Too bad.
Well, at any rate, Bud Light has announced that the vice president of marketing, Alyssa Heinerscheid, the woman who brought along Dylan Mulvaney.
She wants to make this brand forward-thinking for women.
Right. She wants the brand to appeal less to fratty college kids. The ones who don't mind if they drink piss water as long as it's cheap.
And it gets them fucked up.
Yeah, why would you want to market your beer to those people? Why would you want to market your cheap piss water beer to the people who want cheap piss water beer? You should market it towards trans people who can't even decide on which set of genitals they want. That's going to be really easy. You should piss off a giant chunk of the population to tip your cap to a tiny, tiny percentage of the population that doesn't really give a fuck about your product anyway. And as we've seen historically, doesn't give a shit if you suck up to them. Because once you suck up to them, they go, okay, what next?
Yeah, they expect another move in the pander war. You got to keep going, otherwise it's over.
Once you stop pandering to them, this is the funny thing. If you never pander to them in the first place, they just write you off.
Right.
But if you pander to them and then stop, well, now you're a transphobe and you're evil and you're terrible and you don't give a shit about trans. Yeah, you don't care about trans visibility anymore. So now Bud Light did the Dylan Mulvaney partnership. Everyone hated it to different degrees. Some people wanted to wreck Bud Light and never drink it again. People like me just went, that was a dumb fucking move on their part, and enough of this fucking monster that they chose. Well, Alyssa Heinerscheid is taking a leave of absence from Bud Light. Has taken a leave of absence, the brewer confirmed, and will be replaced by Todd Allen, who was most recently Global Marketing VP for Budweiser. Heinerscheid did not immediately respond to an email requesting comment. According to a statement from City Distributors, a Topeka, Kansas-based Anheuser-Busch distributor, the custom can decision circumvented the proper approval channels. Oh, they are completely burning her corpse.
Oh, yeah. This was all, we didn't pick this. We didn't think anything. This was all her.
Ooh, you know what this is? This is somebody getting a nice cashier's check from Bud Light and going, okay, cool. Here's the deal. You take this check. Wait till I'm done. You take this check. We bury you publicly. We never say your name again. And we say that this was all 100% your decision and you totally cut the rest of us out of it. And you acted wildly irresponsible and you fucked off to all of the rules we had set for you. And we thought it was a stupid idea. Now you can take the money.
And she did.
Yeah. Anheuser-Busch was silent. Well, this is what happens when you leave your college echo chamber, or if you work at some progressive company, you leave your echo chamber and you go into the real world. You find out what small part of the population you are. So you're like, I think it's really important to push trans visibility. 5 to 10% of the country feels that way. But everyone you talk to feels that way because you have a very non-diverse group of friends and family members.
And you don't step outside it.
And you don't step outside it ever. So you tried to do this thing, and then the rest of the world, 90% of the world went, this is fucking insane. This is not even, the response ranged from, oh, this is just a terrible idea. I don't know why you would do this, to, why don't you just burn the flag and spit on Jesus, you fucking piece of shit? To Kid Rock literally mowing down your product with a rifle, with a gun. That's kind of like, that's the response you got. Like, I don't even know if there was any support. I think the only support that came for Bud Light was like people like Rogan going, okay, if you drank their beer before and you're not drinking it now, that's a little silly. And that's about as much like
defense
support.
as they got.
Yeah, that's as much pushback as there was. Now, she circumvented the proper approval channels. I really hope that's true, because I would hate to think that this horse-faced monster went to a bunch of old men at Anheuser-Busch and said, all right, guys, ready? Here's our new spokesperson. I hope that she didn't go to them and all the old people went, all right, sounds good. That's what the kids are into.
Look, we're going to celebrate Dylan's 365th day of being a woman.
Yeah.
Something that every other woman who's years older than him has accomplished and done without any gratitude. But we're going to give it to this guy.
Yeah, we're going to give it to this person. Are you sure that that's a good idea? Oh, yeah, young people think it's great. Why are 3 of our headquarters on fire? I don't understand how this happened. So apparently she didn't go through the proper channels, and she just went ahead and pulled the trigger on this Dylan Mulvaney thing. I mean, there are other ways to quit a job.
So wait, she could have, seen professionals and gone the right way about it, but as opposed to that, she just jumped headfirst with her feelings and she made a decision for the long term.
Yeah, she Poe Dameron'd it. She pulled a Poe Dameron. Only his thing, like when he did it, he was always saving lives and doing it for the greater good. I think she was just being a foot soldier for the New World Order. Anheuser-Busch was silent on the matter for 2 weeks before issuing a statement on April 14th from CEO Brendan Whitworth, who wrote that we never intended to be part of a discussion that divides people. We are in the business of bringing people together over a beer. That is a really nice political way of saying, we don't want to talk about who has a dick and who has a vagina. We just want to get people fucked up.
Look, we just wanted you to drink our piss water. That's all we want.
Yeah. We made shitty beer for shitty people, and now we pissed off all the shitty people. When the Bud Light controversy blew up, and by the way, if you do appeal this to trans people, if they did like the Bud Light campaign, you're still going to offer them a Bud Light, and they're going to go, oh, no, I don't like the taste. Oh, do you have anything?
It's horrible. It's disgusting.
Oh, God, I don't like that. So congratulations. That's the other thing about appealing to either woke mobs or the LGBTQ mob. A lot of the time they'll say, hey, we really appreciate what you did. Oh, that's great. So you're going to buy a bunch of our product? Yeah, no, we're just wondering what other thing you're going to give us. Like, what? But wait a minute. If we tell hillbillies, now I'm Ricky from Trailer Park Boys. If we tell all the I did it again. Hillbillies. Fuck it. It's hillbillies now. If we tell all the hillbillies that we're into guns, God, and Jesus, they buy all our beer. They buy like crates of this shit. If we put Christ in an ad helping a little kid swing a baseball bat, they'd buy crack from us. Are you kidding me? Those right-wingers buy all the shit. If we say Trump is Christ, they're going to buy entire distributorships. Our profitability will go through the roof. We put a freak of nature on our can for you, and you don't even buy our beer?
And they didn't even do it on all the cans. They just gave Dylan a can with Dylan on it.
Right.
Nobody's actually got a Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light can or anything like that. And good God, could you imagine if they'd put those out there?
Right. It's not like the Pepsi Star Wars cans from 2000 where you got all the characters and they could... I remember I hadn't even seen Phantom Menace yet, and I saw one of those Pepsi cans, and I'd read about one of the characters, and even at 12 years old, I could still go, really didn't tell me anything about the character. These seem like really shallow characters who don't have a lot of purpose.
It almost seems like this entire movie is a marketing scheme.
Yes. It almost seems like somebody saw Titanic do massive numbers and got super jelly. And that's how we got the prequels. I'm sorry, Daddy, becoming a member. Thank you very much, buddy. 215 away from today's goal. We appreciate that. We're getting close early on, guys. Thank you very much. Streamlabs, PayPal, Venmo, gifted memberships, and super chats. Appreciate it. Zen Rhino says, Aaron, you laugh, but the CIA is probably going to steal that Jesus teaching a kid to play baseball for their crack promotion to white rural people. If you can get Jesus getting a kid to swing a baseball bat and get that to push crack, it'll be successful.
I don't know how you can't. It just seems like it's made for it.
Yeah. A-hole Doug says, what I want to know is when will the lightning come and strike all those woke fuckers down? You see what I mean about it getting out of hand after a while?
We were just having fun, and when's God going to take his people back? Like, ooh, that's much.
I'm actually going to take responsibility for that one because I worked A-hole Doug up talking about it, and us joking about it. You know, some people have a threshold for jokes on this matter. Other people just get really fucking mad.
I have no idea why.
I just worked up a-hole Doug. My bad. Let's go over to Rumble. Kotad says his kids in Arkansas are watching this, wondering why he had to go all the way to Georgia for smokes. Oh, talking about the last...
No.
For God's sake, man. Why? It appears that Anheuser-Busch does not agree with the assessment that the Mulvaney move was a brilliant cutting-edge marketing strategy. No.
I don't think anyone agrees with that assessment.
No. I don't. I hope they're telling the truth, and I hope she just didn't come to them for approval.
That would make it even more enjoyable to think, like, she's like, I know what I'm doing. I know what's best for everyone. White Karen to the rescue. Oh, by the way, bitch, you completely fucked this up. We got to get a guy in here to solve it.
Now all young white women, are just going, well, looks like I'm not going to apply at Anheuser-Busch anytime soon. I think the well might be poisoned for a wee bit.
That glass ceiling got locked down. I'm going to stay out here.
Boy, that glass ceiling had a metal door shut over it real fucking quick, didn't it? Hey, I broke through the glass. Ow, fuck. What was that? Oh, that was your job application being denied at Anheuser-Busch. They've had bad experiences. That's all. All right, who's going to be our new advertising marketing spokesperson for or marketing director for Bud Light? Cletus Nelson is here. Hey, everybody, we're going to have baseballs in the advertisement, fireworks, Jesus, and Donald Trump. And they're like, you know what? I think Bud Light's going to be A-okay. Yeah, and it works out fine because Anheuser-Busch owns everything anyway.
Yeah.
So they can just run like a fruited seltzer ad that has like some super gay guy on it, and then they can balance out both ends of the culture.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that from the first place. I mean, the best thing for this would have had like Dylan Mulvaney represent the anti-Bud brand, you know?
Yeah.
One that's not going anywhere, that's kind of fruity, whatever. You get a little boost in it, cool, but then leave Bud Light alone.
April and I finally got to show April 7 over the weekend.
Finally.
The movie 7. She's never seen 7. She liked it. And you know how I always talk about Red State and the Aben Cooper speech, you know, like...
There ain't nothing left but fire and brimstone.
It's a fucking awesome drop.
You're already dead, sinner. Everywhere. Everywhere.
So I told April, I go, the world is getting too fucked up because when I watch Red State, there's more and more of Aben Cooper's sermon where I go, all right, not as bad as the last time I watched it.
I'm not supposed to be siding with this guy.
Aben Cooper is not supposed to be making sense. And then when I watch 7 and you know the rant in the police car of John Doe, I'm like, the guy's not wrong. I mean, if we maybe turned back to enforcing the 7 deadly sins a little better, I mean, there never would have been a Honey Boo Boo.
He made me do it.
He made me, fucker. He put that thing on me. There was a gun in my mouth. Oh my God, there was a gun in my mouth. That guy, I haven't seen that movie for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Underrated, that guy's performance. He's only in the movie for a little bit, but it's like, yeah, if somebody put a knife dildo on.
He does a lot of those scenes really well.
Is that guy in a lot of stuff?
He's in what is it, Alien 3 or whatever? He's the one who has like a alien in him and like he's trying to keep it in and he doesn't want it to bust out of his chest or whatever. And then finally at the end of the movie, like one of the dudes that's responsible for unleashing the aliens, like he gets really pissed and he just grabs that dude and the aliens come out. He just holds his head to his chest and uses the alien to punch through the dude's face. It is great.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay. So
that guy does insane scenes really well.
But that guy is like, I'm watching that scene and I'm like, that's exactly how you would act if somebody just made you fuck a whore to death with a knife dildo.
Yeah.
Not that that's a scenario a lot of us can conjure up in our head and make ourselves understand how you would react. But I'd imagine I would react similar to how that guy reacted. Because that was...
He's very method. You don't want to know how he got there.
That was... it involved a beagle and a sharpened stick.
Oh, no.
So anyway...
Damn it, Fauci.
We watch that movie, and I start seeing Spacey, and someone goes, oh, he was a pedo, though. No, Kevin Spacey was, not the character John Doe. Hey, don't besmirch the character of John Doe by comparing him to the man who played him. They're different people. John Doe...
One of them was really messed up.
Yeah. The other one had a plan. But, like, John Doe, when he's in there, is like, we see we see a deadly sin on every street corner and we tolerate it. And I'm like, uh-oh, John Doe's starting to turn. No, Brad Pitt, hear him out. Hear him out.
What's in the box?
I'm sitting there doing the what's in the box part going, Morgan Freeman, shoot Brad Pitt in the leg. Immobilize him. This guy's got to live to see 2023. Oh, my God. John Doe would have raised an army by now. We would be at war with the John Doe army if he would have made it through 7.